I'm Hobbs, and you're watching the Underground Bunker on Bloodrock Media.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Underground Bunker. I'm Hobbs, and as you know, this is a weekly web series where I talk about unsigned and underground bands that you really need to be paying attention to because, well, what's life without music? I cover everything from pop rock to death metal because I don't know about you, but I'm a lover of all things music. And you can't just eat one flavor of vanilla ice cream for the rest of your life. So, I got wine, I got pretzels, I got candy, let's do a fucking show. The first band I'm going to talk about this week is a band from my neck of the woods. They're from right here in Milwaukee, and they will literally bash your fucking face in. I'm serious. They might have like a... No, I'm kidding. They're called Towering a fucking Abomination. I mean, they are Towering Abomination, not a fucking abomination. That would be really hard to put on a show poster. Milwaukee, like Sweden, is a haven to all things metal and cover bands. Towering Abomination is one of those bands that, okay, like I said in another episode, I will be the first to admit that I don't get gore grind, I don't get I don't get that stuff where you can't understand what they're singing. However, I love these guys. Towering Abomination are three, formerly four, big, giant dudes with beards and lots of metal. Lots of metal. And they're so fucking... Hold on. And the cool thing about these guys is, you know, I have a soft spot for bands that don't take themselves very seriously. And it's because of, you know, shows like Deathclaw or Metalocalypse and bands like Deathclaw, that bands like this can exist and get around. Because I think we've developed a sense of humor about metal, which is awesome. Really awesome. Because it used to be a bunch of Pantera, Megadeth, Slayer fans going around, if you don't like it, you're a fucking dick. And we don't have that anymore, not so much anymore. So it's certainly prevalent in Wisconsin still, but it's gotten better. And Towering Abomination is a shining example of that. Because they take metal, throw it in your fucking face and say, you know what? We're going to be kind of nerds about it. Many metal fans out there will know who the NYDM are. These guys are members of it. And because of the NYDM, a lot of bands have managed to break out of their mold and their areas by touring the region thanks to, you know, promoters out there like Randy Kastner and a bunch of other people. I know Randy because he lives right here in Milwaukee. And these guys work their ass off to really help out the more heavier genres of metal. Honestly, I wish there were more groups like this, and it's because of NYDM you guys have managed to get a solid fan base. And they've played a lot of shows and done a bit of regional touring, which is great. I wish they'd do more. They've got an EP coming out. It's called Pits of Melbolgia, and that strikes a chord with me simply because I read a lot of Spawn when I was a kid. Their newest video just came out called Popoboa, which it means Batwing. So that struck a chord with me because I like Batman. So the video is also a whole lot of fun to watch. And so it's just everything they have is fucking awesome. They've got music on Bandcamp. They've got all their shit on Facebook and YouTube. And you can fucking check them out right the fuck now. I would really like to thank Bloodrock Media for giving me this forum to talk about bands. Especially because this next band is someone that I have not shut up about since I found out about them. I am so excited to tell you about Here Come the Fucking Mummies. Here come the Mummies! I have waited so long to talk about these guys, I just did not have the forum to do it. The reason I have waited so long to talk about these guys is because I, like many of you, am a huge fan of a guy named Danny Elfman. Danny Elfman, as many of you know, had a band in the late 80s or in the mid 80s to mid-90s called Oingo Boingo. Huge fan of him. And these guys reminded me a lot of it simply because, one, they are a 10-piece band that gets shit done, and two, they kind of have that style, you know. They have a lot of fun on stage. They've been doing it a long time. They've been doing it since 2000, and they're making it work. I mean, especially in today's industry, being a band, a funk rock band, by the way, that, you know, is doing what these guys are doing and getting by, says a lot. You know, the heavier genres could learn a few things about how to go about negotiating the music industry from these guys, because whatever they're doing, it's working. They've got almost 100,000 fans on their Facebook page. The only reason I talked about them is because they have under 100,000 fans, and quite frankly, there's not enough people that know about them. Seriously, they're fucking awesome. They have done quite a lot of touring. They have played almost every single US festival there is, including Summerfest, which I have boycotted since 2010. Had I known they were playing, I would have ran, not walked, to go see them. Bug. A lot of their stuff deals with like innuendos, and one of the songs, the one that you're listening to, is called Pants, and I really dig it because the second they hit the chorus, you're laughing your balls off, but at the same time, you're appreciating the music, and I really dig stuff like that. I really dig stuff like that. They have, like I said, they've played all these festivals. They've also done the Bob and Tom show. And, oh my God, they have 9 full-length albums. They have 2 live albums, 4 EPs, and 3 compilation discs. These guys get shit done. And my hat's off to you guys. You can check them out on their website, herecomethemummies.com. Fucking go. Now. Segway! Yet another band from my neck of the woods. Not from Milwaukee. They are actually from Madison, Wisconsin. They are one of the nicest bands in the world, and they have a really good message for you. These guys are called Altria. Run away to your perfect world. There's not a whole lot else I can say about these guys. They are so fucking nice. One thing that really strikes a chord with me, especially in today's underground scene that is plagued by offense and defense. It is literally plagued by people getting pissed off about everything. You have a shining light like Altria. They're a happy band. I mean, they sound like badasses, but they are so much about family, and they are so much about their friends that it is so refreshing. I mean, add to that the fact that the music fucking rocks. It's like Kitty. Remember Kitty? Back in the day? Those guys were some, nope, not going there. Altria takes what Kitty did and is nice about it. They are so cool, and the music, they are so fun to watch. I actually played their 3rd or 4th show when I was in this band right here. Long time ago. And they were good then. They're way better now, and they gig like crazy. I really wish that they had the money to get out and stretch their legs a bit, because the music is so good. And it forces you to think about stuff like perseverance, and basically that's their message. Their message is for a younger audience, and basically the whole thing is, look, it's not so bad. You know, follow your dreams, you know, gain some hope, get a dream and fucking follow it. That's their message. And you can really get behind something like that, even when it sounds as badass as Jenny's voice does. Seriously, they released 4 discs, including End of Illusion, which came out in earlier this year, 2017. And they've got a new single coming out this month in October. So I highly suggest that you check that out and buy all their other stuff, which you can get on Bandcamp. And definitely check out their website, which is altriamusic.com. This is another band out of the South. These guys are from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I've played with them. They're fucking awesome, and they're called The Light Divided. ass, badass, bad fucking ass. You have 5 people from Winston-Salem who have managed to accumulate a solid fan base to the point where they pack pretty much every goddamn show they play. And that's saying a lot because there's not a whole lot of bands that can do it. Why? Because they change shit up. It's never the same show twice, and I fucking love that about them. They've actually won a bunch of awards because of it, because they're not a band to take lightly. More to the point, they are a tough act to follow. Let me tell you something. I played with these guys 5 years ago, and we had to follow them. It was a rough show. Well, we did a pretty damn good job of it, if I do say so myself. But they fucking rock. And anyone in Winston-Salem, anyone in the South knows who the fuck these guys are. And if you don't know, you need to ask your neighbor, because they are worth checking out. The music is awesome. And for a hard rock band, that's saying something, because there's a lot of hard rock out there and a lot of it sucks. These guys do not. They are amazing. They've toured nationally. I wish they would tour more, and I certainly wish they would get up to my neck of the woods, because they're really fun to watch, and I haven't seen them in quite a long time. And I'd like to really seriously, JC, get my hand on the new disc, which came out very recently. So if you have a mind to listen to some fucking awesome hard rock, check out A Light Divided at their Bandcamp and their Facebook page, and you know, wherever the hell else you can find music. Do it now. Don't wait. I mean, wait till the end of this video, but you know, open a new tab right now and go check out A Light Divided, because, well, you can hear it. Segway! I'm gonna throw you through a loop right now, partially because I haven't thrown anything through a loop in a while. These guys are really, really not what you're gonna be expecting, but fuck it. Let's do it. These guys are called MXMS.
Underneath the bridge, top has sprung a leak, and the animals I've tried.
I find it difficult to really describe these guys accurately. I caught them a couple years ago when they were touring with Birthday Massacre and Combi Christ, and really was sort of awed by them because, well, Combi Christ is, you know, this badass, you know, sort of industrial metal band. Birthday Massacre is sort of this sort of goth, you know, metal. And then you have MXMS. Very experimental duo group. Just 2 people on a big giant stage, and they made it work. The singer's name is Ariel Levitin, and her voice is hypnotic. And I don't mean hypnotic like, oh, I mean hypnotic like if you sit there and listen to, you will fall into the music. And I love shit like that. She definitely has kind of a classic sound, and I mean classic by Susie and the Banshees. You know, some of you younger people don't even know who Susie Sue was, but she was amazing, and Ariel's got that kind of quality in her voice. While at the same time, kind of How to Destroy Angels sound about them. You know, very kind of down-tuned, very ambient stuff, while at the same time, you know, sex, death, fear, pain, that all kind of thing. And I can really get behind that because, well, I have a wide palette when it comes to music, and while it takes a lot for something like this to strike my fancy, it did, and I got hooked real quick. I bought the CD right there because it was worth it, and since then, what you're actually listening to is part of their mixtape, which they actually have cassettes for. They've got earrings, they've got all this really cool merch, but the mixtape is, and they did like this 29-minute visual for it. It's basically an amalgamation of songs that goes 29 minutes long. And watching the video for it on YouTube is really fun because it does all these quick cuts of just them sort of sitting around thinking, and it doesn't get boring. Really fun to watch, and I watched the whole thing. I would really like to get my hands on a copy of it, actually. I'm a big fan of novelty, so I have quite a few cassettes. And just listening to it, watching it, the visual aspect really lend itself to the music. And anyone who can accurately and sufficiently do something like that while manage to keep my eye for 29 fucking minutes is really good. They're on tour right now. They don't have a lot of gigs, but they're on tour, and I definitely need you to check these guys out because they're a lot of fun to watch. I mean, you won't be headbanging, but you'll be standing there in sort of a hypnotized awe. Their website is mxmsisdead. You can check out their Facebook. You can check out their Spotify. You can also check out their SoundCloud page, and I really, really hope you will. That's all the time we've got in this episode of The Underground Bunker. I'd like to invite you to click the like and the subscribe. You all know how this works. We have many videos on Bloodrock Media's YouTube channel that you need to be checking out, not to mention all the reviews on the website, bloodrockmedia.com. You also want to be checking out the Spotify playlist that we update weekly, covering every band that I feature on these shows. So check it out, Spotify. The link is down there. You also want to check out the Bloodrock Twitter, the Facebook pages for both Bloodrock and the Underground Bunker. And if you have a little bit of a time, check out my band, The Toxic Dream, and I think you'll like it a whole lot. I'm going to leave you with this remark. Saving the underground is within all of our grasp. The hardest thing to do is to get off your ass and goddamn do something about it. You love music. We all love music. Let's save the underground. I'm Hobbs. I'm out.